So let's make a little quick collage. So I just pulled some things that I thought that we might use. I am also going to be using my Deco Arts Americana Premium Matte Medium. I might also use a heavy gel too that they have. And then I have maybe some Titan Buff paint. We might use that, we might not, but I just pulled it out just in case. And then I'm working on a 4x4 little canvas. I was going to use these for a class, but I ended up not using a class, so we're just going to recycle these and use them. And then I just pulled out a bunch of things that I thought would look good in a collage. So I just went through my stash and just pulled some things that I thought maybe would go together. It's kind of the same kind of vintage kind of feel with all these creamy colors, so I really like that. So this is just tissue paper from a sewing pattern, and then I got these stickers from China, and they're pictures of dried flowers. They're really pretty stickers, so we might use those. And then I found some vintage images from a yard sale and an estate sale that I went to, and I got a really good deal on them, so I pulled just a few that I thought might work. And then these are images from a book page that maybe I'll use for something. And then these are little like stamp inspired stickers, so I thought those would kind of go too. They kind of have a green creamy color, and there's more in here too, so we can pull for those if we want. And then I have music pages and ledger paper, and this is old wallpaper that has really cool text on it that we might use, and just a dictionary page. And then I have a doily too that's kind of fallen apart that I got from something, so we might add that too. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put down a base layer of kind of things that I think will go, or things that I want to use. I don't know if I want cut or torn edges. We'll just kind of see what we like. So this one is kind of telling me that it wants to be torn, and I'm just going to place things down first. I'm going to wait to glue them. So maybe there, and we'll just kind of see. And I probably won't use all this stuff, but I just like being able to have it close just in case. So, and I might use a combination of both scissors and tearing, but I really love tearing, so probably I'll just end up tearing everything. It's okay if those overlap. And I don't mind this sharp edge here, but I think that this should be torn. Okay, so I do like that. And I'm not worried about covering things up. I think that'll make it more interesting. This, I wonder if I can tear this. And I'm just gonna play with things. So I'll pull things off, push them back on. See what I like here. This is a hymn note. I love hymn notes. Let's see if maybe I like this cut better. Let's see how we think. Let's just try a cut. I don't think I'll like it, but we'll see what we think. And I might actually turn this way. And it's okay if things go off the edge a little bit. Okay, I like that. Let's see what else we have here. We can use a little bit of text, or maybe some leisure paper. Let's give that a look and see what we got here. So I like that these are going vertical, but I'm trying to think here. but I want something that's going horizontal, I think. So maybe let's take some book page here. Let's give it a rip. And I'm just going to look at it. I kind of like that. I think that that looks really good. And I'm drawn to that visually. So I think that's where we're going to go. And I'm not exactly sure if it's going to stay like this. I'm going to start gluing things down. But again, if things get shifted around, that's okay. So I'm just going to take these off, kind of knowing where I want things to go. And I'm going to go ahead and put out a little bit of my matte medium. You could use like a deco page glue or a Mod Podge if you wanted. I like the matte medium though, because just for papers, for them to stay a little bit longer. And this is something that I will probably sell, so at craft shows or an art show. So I want to make sure that it will last for whoever gets it. So we'll stick this down like so. Like that. So I put just a layer of the matte medium, and then I'm going to just seal it off. And this little brush is falling apart because I left it in the water. It got a whole bunch of water in it. Good thing it was on clearance, right? We don't want any red in our little thing though. Take some of that off. Okay, hopefully it's done shredding. No, it's not. Okay, we have a shredding brush. Okay, I'm just gonna try to take a lot of it off so it can quit flaking off on my canvas there. There you go. Just like that. Okay, and then let's grab, I know that I did not get one of these edges very well, so let's go ahead and, so you put it on the bottom and then you seal it on the top, in case I did not say that, when you're using Mod Podge. And then we're going to do, or matte medium. Okay. Okay, let's grab that too. Let's go ahead and glue that piece down, just like that. Alrighty. Then let's glue down our biggest piece here, but I'm going to do I like it there, or should I bring it over more? I think I'm going to bring it over just a little bit more. Add a little bit of that matte medium. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and glue it down. This is wallpaper, which I love. I love the writing on it. It's very nice. So this should work. Hopefully this matte medium is heavy enough we'll stick it down. I'm just gonna press this up. My hands will always get a little bit dirty when I'm doing collage. They're always gonna be filled with glue and things, so that's just how it is. Okay, so let's see if we can, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick this little guy down. Yep, I think I liked him. So we're gonna do that. Ready, and then we have this, which I love the writing on that. It's cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that down. And I know that it's not going to completely cover this little spot. Like, I still have an opening there. And actually, I don't like that. I think maybe we'll put it behind. I think that it clashes a little bit too much, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Alrighty. Perfect. Okay. And hopefully that will stay down. Okay. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that brush because it's kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. Let's try this one. That will be a good lesson to me to not leave these brushes in the water for too long. Okay, just like that, because that's what happens. Alrighty, so let's see. So we need something there to cover things up. So what I'm thinking is we could add a little bit of doily. Let's see how that looks. Ooh, I kind of like that actually. And I'm not worried about the edges right now because I can go in with an X-Acto knife and rip everything off. Perfect, just like that. But what I am going to do is I can turn this right over, and this is giving me a little bit of trouble. So I think I'm just going to have to keep adding a little bit more glue until it wants to stick. So I'm just going to turn it over, and I'm going to get as close to the edge as I can. But it's okay if there's a little bit overlapping, because you can just take an emery board and clean it up. And normally I will cut down my papers to the sides of the canvas just so I don't have to deal with this, but I did not do that. Sometimes it's easier to see your composition if things are cut away. So let's do that before we add any more stuff. Kind of being careful here with the edges of those papers a little bit, but I'm not worried, right? Like, you can always cover stuff up, so nothing is so precious, right? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and grab a little bit more of our matte medium, just a tiny bit more, and I'm going to go ahead and get those edges that are rolling up a little bit. That don't really like me right now. They're being rebellious edges. Okay, let's see here. Go ahead and do that, just like that. I'm going to go ahead and smooth that out. I'll lift this up a little bit because I can see that it's going to go ahead and do that. And I really don't worry about wrinkles in my work, like, at all. I think that it adds beautiful texture. But if that's something that worries you, you can, like, turn the paper over and then apply the glue to it and then press it on the surface. I think there's a less tendency for things to bubble. But again, that's not something that I worry about. I think that it adds really good texture, and it adds a little bit of your hand. And I don't think that art is meant to be perfect. I think if people want perfect things, they can go get, like, a photograph or something. Okay? Or they can have digital art created for them. I love to see the artist's hands. That's the artwork that I'm attracted to. And maybe you're not. Maybe you like things perfect, and that's okay too. I think it takes everyone kind of to You have to decide what you like and what speaks to you. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep working, even though it's still just a little bit wet. So let's go and see what kind of focal point we want to add. So we could add her, and I do like her. Also add him. He's a little bit bigger, so he's going to cover up a lot of my composition. So I have to think about that. And I think she's too big, so she's not going to work at all. So I do like him, but let's see what we can add. So I could add one of these little dried flowers. And that is interesting to me. But let's keep going. Let's see. So if we weren't going to use him, we're going to use her. I think she's not a bad size either. I wish she was just a little bit bigger for my eye though. Okay, but maybe it's just my placement. So let's just play a little bit. We could put her down there. And add a few little things there. What do we think? And I'm just auditioning things out. Maybe like, I kind of like her layered. I think that that looks interesting because then it brings more attention to her if we were to put a flower near her. That looks really cool actually. I like that a lot. Okay, and then I think that I want to add like a transparent layer, even though the so let's go ahead and tear this off. And tissue paper is so fun to use. It's very addictive, I will warn you. So let's see, so if we put that there, maybe not the whole thing. And I'm just kind of laying things out. I'm not, you know, attached to anything yet. I'm giving myself lots of freedom and lots of reign to just play and see what I like. Very good. Okay. Then let's see what else we like. Let's see if we want to add one of these stamp guys. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to use the stamps, and the reason why is because they're too square and they're too close to the size of this picture. I think it's off balance. Do we want to add that? Actually, I think that this is pretty good, so I think that I'm going to keep it here, and let's put things down and see what we get here. Okay. So, and at this point, if this background was like too much for you, you could take white titanium paint and just dry brush on top. But I don't mind the paper showing in this particular collage. So, okay, so let's go ahead, and I think I'm going to put down my tissue paper first. And I just want some of those numbers and those lines showing. That just looked really interesting to me as an element. So, and I love layers. I think that transparent layers especially are very interesting, especially in collage. So, let's see, I'll do this guy. And I am going to put down some medium for this sticker, just because stickers can sometimes roll up. So, but I love these stickers. They're very transparent. They don't have any coating. They're kind of like rice or like wax paper. They're very interesting, which I love. And I'm deciding if I want to do another one. Let's see. No, I think think that that is a little bit too overwhelming. Let's see here. And where do you like her? Because now it's the hour, the moment of truth, right? And I could cut her out, but I kind of like, oh look, it has writing on her name was Shirley, like my mom. That's what I'm going to name this. Isn't that cool? I didn't even know that that was her name. Oh, I just love photos. They have such stories. Okay, I'm getting excited now. Okay, so let's put that there. I hate to cover up that little guy, but I think that I'm going to have to do that. Okay, so I think I like her there. Yeah, I do. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue her down, but I think that I'm going to use a heavy gel medium for this one. So this one is really thick and it will hold things down. We might have to let it sit for a few minutes, but it should work. Okay, so it's a lot heavier. So it should be okay for this photo. Oh yeah. And I'm going to go right over the top. And sometimes it takes a moment to adhere, so don't fret if it doesn't look like it's going down. Just push it down and let it do its job. Okay, just like that. That looks great. Okay, and then I think what I want to do, just moment of inspiration, totally did not plan this, is I want to add some words from a book page. So I have this one here, but I might need to get another one, but I'm not sure. Let's see what we have to work with first. And I would like to preserve this. We could do with a smile, because I see that. And she does have a smile. And I said that I wanted to preserve that, but I cut into their little table of food. Okay, with a smile. And I like to add fan words. I think that it's interesting with a smile. I actually like that a lot. Let's see if we want to add anything more. I met your... Let's see. What do we got here? Oops. But repeating words with a smile. But repeating words with a smile. He said aloud. Okay. I think that I like with a smile. There's some cool words in there though. I'm definitely going to save those for another collage. So let's see where we would like to place this. Do we want to place it so it overlaps her with a smile? Or do I want to kind of bring it over here? I think I like it there. Yeah, I like it there. So we're going to go ahead and do it there. Oops. It's actually sticking, so I'm going to just leave it right there. It's not really that straight, but that will work. I think that'll work out for me, actually. Maybe not. Okay, that's annoying me now. Let's see. So I'm going to grab something sharp. See, this is just a dip pin, and hopefully I can very, very gently peel it off. Hopefully it didn't adhere. Oh, okay. I should have just let it be, but I could not help myself. Okay. Well, I definitely know where I'm going to put it straight. Okay, with the smile. And I was just being finicky. It was perfectly fine there. Okay, Marilyn. I do talk to myself, which I know is very odd, so. I'm sure someone will have something mean to say about that, but I really don't care. Okay, and we'll do this. There we go, with the smile. I like that. Wonderful. My mom always thinks it's funny. She's like, Shami, are you talking to yourself again? Okay, and that's a little piece of that darn little falling apart little thing. Okay, Perfect. I love the way that this looks. I think it's really interesting. Now I'm just debating if I want to add back in a little bit of the doily, since I think that it got a little bit lost. Just a little bit maybe. Maybe like back up in here to reinforce, I wonder. What do you think, Shimmy? What are we thinking? Okay, so let's go ahead and add this. Alrighty. I think that that is interesting. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so Shirl is ready to go. If you wanted to, like, you could ink the edges, you could do lots of things. But I think this is great. I will go around with an emery board and get off as much as I can when everything's dried, but everything looks like it's adhered very well. Even the picture looks really good. So it's very, very cute, and I absolutely love it. I think it's very, very interesting. But I have to do one thing. I'm just gonna hold this aside, because there's one more thing that I must do. Okay. Alright. Just gonna put these, I have like a little container with all these little scraps that I'll use for something else. Maybe for another collage, who knows. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Get my dip pen out of the way here. And I'm gonna go ahead and find a little bit of gold paint. And I'm going to add splatters because I love splatters. And I think Shirley needs some splatters. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to do it right on my little drop mat here. This is just Deco Arts Media. This is their fluid acrylic, which I love. It's such a beautiful, rich gold color. And I'm going to just use that pesky little brush that I don't like because I messed it up. And I'm going to get a little bit of water. Just a little bit. And I think I'm going to have to add a little bit more gold. Just a little bit. There we go. Alrighty. And I'm just going to add a few little splatters. And I love splatters. They make an appearance at least one time a day in my studio. So I think Shirley needs some splatters. Alrighty guys, and that is it. So I'm going to let that dry. They're very subtle. I didn't add too much, but just a little painterly detail that I absolutely love. So very nice. And I did get a little bit on Shirl, but I can wipe that back because I sealed her. But I don't mind if she has a few little splatters, but just not maybe so much. Oops. That was a little much too. That's okay. Let's take that back. Just gonna blot it out just to push it back a bit. Very nice with the smile, and you could outline with the smile if you wanted, but I think that's perfect. So I will have this up for sale in my Etsy shop if you are interested, or you can just leave me a comment. If not, then I will definitely sell it at an upcoming craft show that I have, and I'll sign the back. Alrighty, so really cute, very easy and quick collage. So I just inspire you to kind of go through your stash and see what you can pull out and just create beautiful little collages. So this is collage number 1. I'm sure there's more coming. Okay, so I will see you guys next time. I hope that you have a wonderful creative day, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Me and Shirley will see you next time. Bye bye.